Mrs. Allen?
Here.
Mr. Miller? Mr. Doherty?
Here.
Ms. Marcus?
Here.
Mr. Burchett? Mrs. Witt?
Here,
Mayor Murphy?
Here.
and I'll make a motion that we excuse Councilman Miller and Burchett. Tonight's meeting.
Roll call, please.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes. Now, would everyone like to stand and we'll recite the Pledge of Allegiance? I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Council has copies of the April 25th, 2024 regular council meeting minutes. Does anyone have any changes or corrections? Okay, hearing none, the minutes are approved as submitted. And tonight we have a special oath of office for our police sergeant.
You want to go first? You want me to go first? I go first. We were fortunate enough to have Andrew come work for us in late 2021. Since day one, he's been a hard charger, hard worker. He, in fact, won one of our annual awards, prestigious awards, our Best Arrest of Progress award, while he was in the FTO program, still training. Chased down a armed robber, bad guy with a gun, and made a good arrest. He is also on our Honor Guard squad, which is, they travel the region and represent the Moraine Police Department at formal police functions, and we are very lucky to have him, and congratulate him on his promotion.
Andrew, you have a nice looking family. And now we lose our audience.
So not running.
welcome.
Yes, sir. Nice to see the whole family show up. Yes. Okay, now we will go into reports. Finance Committee, anything to report?
No report, thank you.
Finance Director, anything to report?
You have my April report in the packet. I have nothing else to add.
Committee of the Whole, anything to report?
All I have is that there will be a committee of the whole meeting following this meeting tonight. Thank you.
City Manager, anything to report?
I have nothing beyond the written report, Mayor, unless there are questions.
Law Director, anything to report?
I just have one request, Mayor. That's a request to add Resolution 8049-24 to the agenda. That's a resolution accepting the resignation of Councilmember Witt as alternate to the Miami Valley Regional Planning Commission and appointing a new alternate to replace Ms. Witt.
I'll make the motion to add that resolution.
You've heard the motion. Roll call, please.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Abstain.
Mr. Darty?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes,
Mayor Murphy?
Yes. Okay, Clerk of Council, anything to report?
Nothing beyond my written report. Thank you.
And for the mayor's report, I have our court report for the month of March 2024. The gross revenues for mayor's court was $29,315 after various expenses and disbursements. A total of $23,246 was deposited into the general fund. And no guest speakers. We will go into business.
Ordinance 2159-24, an ordinance to make supplemental appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the City of Moraine, State of Ohio, for the period January 1st, 2024 to December 31st, 2024, and declaring an emergency.
this ordinance allows for supplemental appropriations in order to replace a damaged vehicle and purchase a replacement vehicle for the police department. Since this is an emergency, I'll make a move to suspend the rules and allow the second and final adoption at this meeting.
You've heard the motion. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes,
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mr. Darty?
Yes.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Ordinance 2159-24, an ordinance to make supplemental appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the City of Moraine, State of Ohio, for the period January 1st, 2024 to December 31st, 2024, and declaring an emergency.
motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes,
Mr. Darty?
Yes.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Resolution 8047-24, a resolution authorizing the City of Moraine to accept the proposal of Tim Lally Chevrolet Incorporated for the purchase of one new vehicle for use by the Police Division to replace a damaged and totaled police cruiser at a state bid price not to exceed $62,000.
This resolution authorizes the purchase of a new vehicle for the police division from Tim Lally Chevrolet. The purchase will replace the police vehicle that was damaged by a drunk driver in a traffic crash. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
yes,
Mr. Darty?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Resolution 8048-24, a resolution declaring the items listed on the attached 2024 list to be surplus and no longer needed for municipal purposes, and authorizing the city manager to dispose of such items through GovDeals auction or donation to a nonprofit organization or through a trade-in program.
This resolution states that the attached listed items are deemed no longer usable by the city and will be disposed of through auction, donation, or a trade-in program. Motion to approve?
You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Darty?
Yes.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
yes,
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Resolution 8049-24, a resolution accepting the resignation of Councilmember Shirley Witt as alternate to the Miami Valley Regional Planning Commission and appointing blank to replace Councilmember Shirley Witt as alternate to the Miami Valley Regional Planning Commission for a term ending December 31st, 2025.
This
Mayor,
res-
I'm sorry,
have to
we would
add-
just need somebody to nominate somebody for that position. Ms. Witt can vote on this resolution, whoever is nominated, if the member of council should not vote.
I'll make the motion to nominate Mike Doherty.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Abstain?
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Resolution 8049-24, a resolution accepting the resignation of Councilmember Shirley Witt as alternate to the Miami Valley Regional Planning Commission and appointing Mike Doherty to replace Councilmember Shirley Witt as alternate to the Miami Valley Regional Planning Commission for a term ending December 31st, 2025.
This resolution accepts the resignation of Shirley Witt as alternate to the Miami Valley Regional Planning Commission and appoints Mike Doherty as her replacement to the commission effective immediately with the term ending December 31st, 2025. Motion to approve.
Heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Abstain?
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes. Okay, we have no persons appearing before council, so we'll go into other business. Fire Department, anything to report?
Nothing to report, ma'am. Thank you.
Police Department, anything to report?
Thank you for the cruiser. No report, ma'am. Thank you.
Building and Maintenance Department, anything to report?
I have nothing, ma'am. Thank you.
Street Department, anything to report?
Nothing other than it's bulk trash season, so make sure everybody gets their stuff to the curb. Appreciate if you follow the guidelines, but we will be around to get that picked up as soon as we can. We're finishing up the west side of the river, and starting in 2 weeks, we'll be doing the east side of the river. So everybody get your stuff out. Other than that, that's all I got.
City Planner, anything to report?
Yes, big news coming with the comprehensive plan adoption process. We are starting that on May 21st at the Planning Commission meeting. That is a open public meeting. So I would like to invite anyone, if they are interested, to kind of see the inner workings of all that. American Structure Point will be present at this to give a presentation on it. If this all goes well with their recommendation, we will have a 30-day notice period for City Council to handle that portion of the adoption process. And there will be a rezoning for the 4305 Soldiers Home West Carrollton property. It's a private residence. That will be happening as well at that same meeting. That's all I have for today. Thank you.
Parks and Recreation Director?
I have nothing to report. Thank you.
City Manager, anything further to report?
I have no items, Mayor. Thank you.
Law Director, anything further to report?
No, ma'am, thank you.
Finance Director, anything further to report?
Just one item to go back to the resolution where we're purchasing the police vehicle. We did get information from the insurance company since the last meeting that the vehicle that was totaled is coming back at about $12,000. So that $12,000 will be put towards the purchase of a new vehicle. So, for instance, if the vehicle is $62,000, then we would pay $50,000 out of the capital improvement fund and then $12,000 from the insurance reimbursement. Okay.
Clerk of the Council?
I have nothing. Thank you, Mayor.
Ms. Allen, anything to report?
Nothing to report. Thank you.
Ms. Marcus, anything to report?
Question for the city manager. Had a tree cut down on Ned Drive today. Was that one that the city had someone? It was in the right of way. It was a huge tree that, they tell me it was dead. I just saw the equipment there. It was not city equipment. I was kind of wondering about it. Any what? The property owner didn't do it. It looks like they hired somebody to do it. I didn't recognize the truck, a big green truck with white lines going across it and then unusual.
We'll look into it, but
Yeah, well, I think this tree is one that I had reported to the city a few years ago, but they said it wasn't ready to come down at that time. I'm assuming that they're correct. Dead. That's all I have.
Okay, Ms. Witt, anything to report?
Yes, I'd just like to congratulate Sergeant Andrew Albring appointment, and I'd like to wish all the mothers out there happy Mother's Day and condolences to the Gwynn family on the passing of Alice Gwynn.
Doherty, anything to report?
Just wanted to say thank you for the appointment to the MVRPC. I'll do my best to represent the city in a positive light, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
And I forgot to ask this. Dawn, I had a phone call from some lady, and I meant to ask you before I got this far. She wants to know if they do it online, why nothing can be attached. So every year she has to come back down and bring more documentation, like her W-2 and all of that. Said it can't be attached online.
There is the ability to upload documents. I don't know, that's probably a case-specific situation where, I don't know if the,
So I guess.
so, yeah, there could be a variety of factors. Maybe the file type is one. I don't know if someone on my staff has talked to this person, but, I mean, if they have, I mean, hopefully they, maybe would have been able to talk through that. If she's having problems, then, they
No, I
can
guess not.
certainly.
This is her second year of
Okay,
dealing. And my opinion, and I hope I did right, I said to me, the easiest thing was for her to print it off, attach her documents, put it in an envelope, write tax department, put it in the box out here.
sure, yeah, it's a very secure, quick way to do that. I do know that, depending on the device that you're using, sometimes mobile devices may not work very well with the website. That's out of our control. We don't
Right, that's right.
host the website. That's on our software, tax software. Yeah, could be a variety of factors that might be affecting that.
That's what I told her. I said, it's our
Okay.
software might not be able to do that, and that would be the easiest was for her to just print it off and attach her W-2 and all of that to it.
Okay,
Into that same issue, when I did mine, since the only document I had to attach came from the city of Marine, I figured they already had it.
And I'd like to say congratulations to our new sergeant, and that's all I have. And I would like to thank the Miami Valley Communications Council for broadcasting this meeting live, as well as any future rebroadcast. This regular council meeting is adjourned at 6:17.